At nonprofittrust.net, our team of experienced estate planners and retired lawyers is dedicated to helping individuals support their favorite nonprofit organizations. Today, we'll discuss the various aspects of establishing a trust, including what to expect in terms of pricing and timelines for creating your very own self-directed trust. Through our platform, we facilitate connections between nonprofits and clients, ensuring comprehensive understanding and support within the nonprofit sector. Nonprofittrust.net is an online software platform where you can build your own trust, a self-directed trust in which the owner is also called the trustee. It's perfectly legal to do so. It's quite common for the person who creates a trust, known as the truster or settler or grantor, to also serve as the initial trustee of the trust. In fact, in many revocable living trusts, the truster often acts as both the truster and the trustee during their lifetime. Here's how it typically works. Truster. This is the person who creates the trust and transfers their assets into it. They establish the terms and conditions of the trust, including how assets are to be managed and distributed. Trustee. The trustee is responsible for managing the trust assets according to the terms of the trust agreement. This includes making investment decisions, distributing income or assets to beneficiaries, and handling administrative tasks related to the trust. When the truster serves as the trustee, they retain control over the trust assets and management during their lifetime. This arrangement provides flexibility and allows the truster to retain a high degree of control over their assets. However, it's essential to have a successor trustee named in the trust. Having the truster serve as the initial trustee is a common setup for revocable living trusts, especially because these trusts are primarily used for estate planning and asset management during the truster's lifetime. This little line on your quitclaim deed explains how this is legal in every state. Certificate of preparation. I certify that the above document was prepared by your name here or at the direction of the grantor herein, and that document gets signed, dated, and notarized. It is generally legal to create your own trust without the assistance of a lawyer. This is often done through the use of trust templates or software programs specifically designed for creating trusts. These tools typically guide individuals through the process of drafting a trust document by asking a series of questions and generating a customized document based on the responses. Creating a trust without a lawyer can be a cost-effective option for individuals with straightforward estate planning needs. However, there are some important considerations to keep in mind. Understanding legal requirements. While it's possible to create a trust without a lawyer, it's essential to have a good understanding of the legal requirements and implications involved. Trust laws vary by jurisdiction, so it's important to ensure that the trust document complies with the laws of the relevant state or country. Clarity and specificity. Trust documents must be clear, specific, and legally sound to be effective. Mistakes or ambiguities in the trust document could lead to unintended consequences or disputes among beneficiaries. Complexity of assets and circumstances. If your financial situation or estate planning goals are complex, or if you have substantial assets, it may be advisable to seek professional legal advice. An experienced estate planning attorney can provide guidance tailored to your specific circumstances and help ensure that your trust document accomplishes your objectives. Ongoing maintenance. Creating a trust is not a one-time event. Trusts require ongoing maintenance, including funding the trust with assets, updating beneficiary designations, and reviewing the trust document periodically to ensure that it remains aligned with your wishes and current laws. While it's legal to create your own trust without a lawyer, seeking professional advice can provide peace of mind and help ensure that your estate planning goals are effectively achieved. Ultimately, the decision to create a trust on your own or with the assistance of a lawyer depends on your individual circumstances and comfort level with legal matters. As a team of seasoned estate planners and retired lawyers at nonprofittrust.net, our goal is to empower you to support your favorite nonprofit causes. Our platform is tailored to enable nonprofit organizations to connect their clients with a company that comprehensively understands the nonprofit sector. Now let's go over the sections of the trust. Parties to this trust agreement. Family relationships of trusters. Purpose. Powers reserved by truster. Dispositive provisions. Survivor's trust. Decedent's trust. Distribution qualifications. Powers and duties of trustee. Interpretations. Alternate or successor trustee. Transmutation on contingency. Schedule of assets. Schedule A. Schedule B. Schedule C. Assignment of personal property. Schedule D. Asset ledger. Survivor's subtrust trust. Decedent's subtrust. Trust B. Certificate of trust. Information. Truster guidelines. Successor trustee guidelines. Guidelines for AB trust provision. Funding instruction. Let's break down some of these sections. 1. Parties to this trust agreement. This section typically identifies the individuals involved in the trust, such as the truster, the person creating the trust, and the trustees, the person as or institution responsible for managing the trust assets. 2. Purpose. This outlines the purpose or objectives of the trust, which may include asset management, wealth transfer, providing for beneficiaries, or achieving specific estate planning goals. 3. Powers reserved by truster. This section delineates any powers retained by the truster, such as the ability to modify or revoke the trust during their lifetime. 4. Dispositive provisions. These are the instructions regarding how the trust assets are to be distributed or managed. It may specify how assets are to be distributed among beneficiaries and under what conditions. 5. Survivor's trust and decedent's trust. These sections may pertain to the division of assets into separate sub-trusts upon the truster's death, often used in estate tax planning to maximize tax benefits. 6. Distribution qualifications. These are the criteria or conditions that beneficiaries must meet to receive distributions from the trust. 7. Powers and duties of trustee. This outlines the authority and responsibilities of the trustee, including investment management, distribution decisions, and record keeping. 8. Interpretations. This section may clarify the meanings of certain terms or provisions within the trust agreement to avoid ambiguity. 9. Alternate or successor trustee. This addresses the appointment of a successor trustee to manage the trust if the original trustee is unable or unwilling to serve. 10. Schedules of assets. These schedules list the assets held by the trust, providing a snapshot of the trust's holdings. 11. Assignment of personal property. This may specify the transfer of specific personal property items into the trust. 12. Asset ledger. This document tracks the movement and status of assets within the trust. 13. Certificate of trust. This is a condensed version of the trust agreement that provides essential information about the trust without revealing sensitive details. 14. Supplemental information. This section may include additional documents related to the trust, such as living wills, powers of attorney, or instructions for trustees and beneficiaries. Each of these sections plays a crucial role in establishing, administering, and executing a revocable trust. Feel free to ask if you have any questions about specific sections or how they function. To design your own trust, you can simply download the Revocable Living Trust Questionnaire and email it back to us. We will review it for errors. Then the nonprofittrust.net will call you on the phone to double-check everything. Your trust will go to print and the documents will be mailed to you within 2 weeks. Thank you for watching, and we hope to hear from you soon.